welcome back to another video. Today's video is a very long awaited video. I am finally going back to work after 6 months off. My last work trip, like flight attendant work trip, was in July of 2023. It is now January 5th and I'm finally going back to work. I actually mentioned this in my last vlog that I forgot to bid for the time off in January, but I need to come back to work anyway just because I need to be able to qualify for insurance for next year. And at my airline, you have to work a certain amount of hours in order for you to qualify for health insurance. And we have really good health insurance. So I'm feeling so many emotions. I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling excited, but I'm also feeling very anxious and very guilty for leaving the boys. And I know I'm not leaving them because they're gonna be home with dad. But it's just the guilt, you know, the mom guilt. And even though I'm only gone for the weekend, I feel like I'm missing out on so much. So today we're starting a 3-day trip and we are going to Layover in Charlotte and Boston. Today is a very long day, which I don't know why I did this to myself. I picked up a trip that had 3 legs on day 1. So it's going to be a long day and I'm not used to this much flying, like working. And we get to Charlotte very late, like very, very late. We start at 3 p.m. That's my report time. And then I go from Orlando to Philly, and then back to Orlando, and then we end up in Charlotte. We get to Charlotte at like 2 a.m. So I don't know if I can handle it. We'll see how we do. All right, so I'm going to do my hair and get ready for work. Okay, so I'm almost ready. I'm going to share with you guys how I'm feeling. I told you guys earlier that I had some mom guilt because I'm leaving to work. And I feel like it's getting so much worse as the closer it gets for me to leave. I have to leave in like 2 hours, but I just want to, be able to spend some time with the boys before I leave and make them their lunch and all that. But I feel really guilty. Like I honestly, I'm on the verge of tears as I'm getting ready for work because I feel so guilty for going back to work. And the thing is that I have left before. Like I've gone on trips, if you've seen my videos with Kat, I've gone, on trips with my husband. And, I feel emotional when I leave, but not the way I'm feeling right now. And I don't know why that is, why moms always feel guilty when they go back to work. I don't know. I remember feeling this when I was on maternity leave after having each kid. And I can't seem to get myself out of that mind space of going back to work and getting into work mode. Maybe once I'm in the airport, it'll go away. But I keep picturing the moment that I have to say bye to them when I'm heading to the airport. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Leah's usually like, okay, bye. And then Luca is just more like, mommy, my mommy. So I keep thinking about that. Hopefully it goes away because I really do need to be in work mode because there have been a lot of changes at my airline and I want to focus and I want to make sure that I do everything the way I'm supposed to do and, not get in trouble or anything. I just thought I would share. I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'm gonna go downstairs and start making them their lunch. It's 11:30 right now. And then probably hang out with them, watch some TV or play a game or I don't know, we'll see what we do together. And then around 1:50 or 2, I'm going to leave to the airport. All right, I've got my uniform on, time to go to work. It's 2:07 a.m. I made it to my hotel room. It has been a very long day. I left my house 12 hours ago and I cannot believe this day is over. It just felt very, very long. It was very long. And we had a few delays in between, like tarmac delays. Nothing crazy, just lots of traffic on the tarmac and stuff like that. So We had to wait around for a gate, and that took some time, so that made our day just a little bit longer. Oh, the shuttle took a little bit longer too, but it's fine. We ended up making it to the hotel, which is all that matters. Everything went smooth today. I was a little bit rusty at first, but I remembered a lot of things. Like, a lot of things just came back because I've been doing this job for so long, almost 10 years. Obviously, everything just came back natural, but some things have just changed as far as like how we check in and stuff like that, and how we choose our positions. But other than that, everything else was fine. I'm the most senior in this crew, so I chose which position I wanted to fly. And if you've been with me for a while, you know which position that is, and that's Flight Attendant C. So I was in the back. We were on a 319 the whole time. We didn't have to swap planes or anything, so that was nice. We stayed on the same aircraft the whole day. It's taking everything in me not to go to sleep with my makeup on, but I know I'm gonna regret it in the morning, so I'm making myself take it off right now. Earlier I mentioned that I had a lot of mom guilt before leaving the house. Thankfully, once I got to work and I was busy doing, you know, like my flight attendant stuff and working, I didn't really have a lot of time to think about it. Every now and then I would remember, and then I would get very emotional, especially while we were taking off. I got really sad during takeoff. Once the day got going and, you know, I started to work and everything, not that I forgot about it, but I felt better. I ended up ordering them some Chick-fil-A, so I wanted them to know that like I was thinking about them, and I felt like I was there doing something for them. So the plan for the day, so the plan for the rest of the night is obviously to go to sleep. In the morning, I'm actually meeting up with Jenny Ernst. Jenny and I met when we first started our YouTube channels back in like 2017. And we became really good friends. I was in her wedding. I was a bridesmaid for her wedding, and she lives in the Charlotte area. So every time I come and she's free, I make sure to give her a call. And when she's in Orlando, she gives me a call. And we hang out sometimes. So tomorrow we're probably gonna go out for brunch or for breakfast. We're meeting at 10, and then we'll just see where the day takes us. So anyway, I'm gonna finish my skincare and brush my teeth, go to sleep. I definitely need sleep because I was struggling towards the end of that last flight to stay awake. Like those last like 5 minutes before we touched ground, I didn't know how I was gonna make it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is the next day. It is 9:40. I'm getting ready for the day as if I'm going to work right now. I'm waiting for Jenny to text me back to see what time we're meeting. We said around 10, but I woke up a little bit later, and I think she just woke up too because I actually just got a message from her, and we're probably gonna meet at like 10:30 now instead of 10. My report time is not until like 4:30 I think, but my crew wanted to go to the airport a little bit earlier, and they want to get food and coffee, and I am the kind of person that likes to go to the airport earlier rather than cutting it close, unless it's like a 5 or 4:30 a.m. report time. Then we're cutting it very close, only just enough time to get some coffee. I want to go eat somewhere kind of healthy, like an acai bowl or something like that with like a nice coffee, just because I want to stay on track of eating healthy during my trips. I want to be able to stay on track and not be tempted to buy like airport food. And I've allowed myself to buy food once or twice during the trip. I just feel like it's unrealistic for me, in my opinion, to limit myself to buying food on layovers, because I get really tired of the food that I pack sometimes, and I want like a warm meal. I have to be back here around 2, that way I have enough time to gather my stuff and, you know, do my hair and everything, and then go to work. So Jenny just got here. I'm all ready. I'm ready as if I was going to work. All I have to do is come, put stuff away, and put my uniform on. So I'm so hungry. I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded, so let's go eat. So it's a little later. I actually got back from having lunch with Jenny about an hour ago, but I decided to just lay down and take a quick little nap so I can recharge for the rest of the day. And then all I had to do was put my stuff away and then put my uniform on so that I could go out the door. I have to be downstairs in about 15 minutes, so I have some time. So I'm going to just go downstairs and wait for the crew to meet up with me and then take the shuttle over to the airport. It's chilly today here in Charlotte. It is about 37 degrees and it's rainy, so it's the perfect weather. I love this weather, so I'm so glad that I brought this jacket with me to help keep me warm, but Boston's gonna be even colder. I'm glad that I was actually able to pick up this trip because I love going to the cold places during the winter. I know a lot of people avoid them, but I actually like to pick them up. But anyway, let's go to work. Good morning. It is the next day. So much happened yesterday. I remember talking to you guys in, where were we? Charlotte last. Well, we get to Charlotte airport. We board the plane, we get food, everything is normal. Well, by the time we are ready to board, we get a call from crew scheduling saying that our flight from Fort Lauderdale to Boston got canceled. So we were going to lay over in Fort Lauderdale. So now here we are in Fort Lauderdale. Well, as soon as I got here yesterday, I took my makeup off and passed out. I was so tired, so tired because I didn't sleep enough the night before. So I needed some rest desperately. So I feel like a new woman today. I slept so good. I don't know if you can see, but I have like my handprint on my face. That's how good I slept. But now the plans have changed and we are going to be deadheading to Boston on JetBlue. And then we're going to work the flight home to Orlando, which is the original flight that we were supposed to work anyway. It's just, since our flight got canceled, going to Boston, we have to get there somehow to continue the rest of the pairing. Apparently there were some really bad storms here in Fort Lauderdale yesterday, so everything was like canceled and delayed. Like if you looked at the board on the plane, everything was, like not on time. So it's go home day. I'm ready to go home, but I'm probably just gonna try to sleep on the way to Boston, honestly, on JetBlue, and then work the flight to Orlando. Hopefully you guys can see me because I feel like the lighting in this room is a little weird, but I'm getting all my stuff together right now, getting my iPad, my work iPad ready, and my watch, all my required items. And then I'm going to pack my suitcase and put my uniform on. But I'm pretty much all ready. I have about, how long do I have? I have about 20 minutes till I have to be downstairs. So I'm doing pretty good on time, surprisingly. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think I'm good. But okay, I'm gonna finish putting my stuff away. I don't think you guys are ready to hear the day I've had. First of all, I'm not in Orlando. I'm in Boston. It has been a day, my goodness. It has been a day. So, last time we spoke, we were in Fort Lauderdale. We were deadheading from Fort Lauderdale to Boston, right? Okay, cool. Everything went great. We went through security, got on the plane, took off. Everything was fine. We're getting ready to land, and the pilot comes on the PA and says we're holding because the weather in Boston is really bad, so we can't land. So we have to hold for about 15 minutes. And if for whatever reason we can't land in Boston, then we have to go to JFK to get some fuel and then come back. So, okay. Mind you, we have to work a flight from Boston to Orlando still. So we're over here thinking, okay, well, what's gonna happen with that flight? We still had a 2-hour sit, so it was fine. This was, sorry, the camera fell, but this was going to cut into our sit time. So it was supposed to work out, right? Okay. Well, we can't land in Boston after attempting to do so. So we have to divert to JFK. And okay, so we're gonna get some fuel and then go, right? No. We landed in JFK around 3:30. We actually couldn't land in Boston because the runway was closed, so no one was able to fly out of Boston or fly into Boston. So we're fueling up, and then the pilots time out. So we had to get new pilots. We got the new pilots. And then we were finally getting ready to take off and push back. The flight attendants were getting ready to do the safety demo. And then we get word that Boston is closed again. So we weren't going to have any news until an hour from then. And at this time it was already 5:30. So 6:30 is when we were gonna have some sort of news. So okay, we have to deplane, we get off the plane, we wait around for food, and then we're finally able to board. Thankfully, we were able to board. But at this time, we noticed that our pilots are gonna time out, the pilots that were supposed to fly us over to Orlando. We're over here wondering what's gonna happen with us. They're still gonna make us work the flight because we're obviously legal to keep working the flight. It took forever for us to take off. We didn't take off until probably closer to 8 p.m. Past 8 p.m. because I remember I was texting Kat. I'm like, Kat, it's 8. We started at 11. We landed in JFK at 3:30 and it is 8 p.m. Mind you, she's having a whole day of her own, crazy day. So we're over here sharing story. Then we look at our schedules and we timed out. Our flight was actually supposed to leave at 10:40 and we were gonna land at 2:15 a.m. in Orlando, but we were actually not going to be legal to work that flight because we were gonna time out at 1:25 a.m. or something like that. So we had already worked the maximum amount of hours, which is 15 hours, like duty hours. So we're laying over in Boston. I thought, okay, well, fine, we're laying over in Boston and we're deadheading home tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an alternate deadhead and take the flight that I was supposed to work on and just non-rev on that flight, like fly standby. So I list myself on the flight and everything, and then it canceled. So it's just not meant for me to go home today. I had to get George on the phone. We had to arrange things because obviously the kids are home and he has to work. So we managed to get that taken care of. So everything's fine. But my goodness, it has been a day. It is 10:25 p.m. now, and our day is just finally over. So I am so exhausted. I'm so tired. I had a lady next to me the whole time that was elbowing me the entire time we were in the exit row, and she kept elbowing me, so I was not able to sleep. So now I'm going to take this makeup off and go straight to sleep. Tomorrow we have I think it's 11:30 a.m. van time, and then we're just gonna deadhead home. So it's easy, but I get home around 4 p.m. and I'm kind of sad because I had all these plans of things I wanted to do with the kids before they go back to school. They go back to school on Tuesday, and I wanted to take them out somewhere and do something fun, and now I don't get to be there for that. So I'm really sad, but it's gonna be okay. I'll try to make it up to them some way, somehow. So this is what happens when I go back to work after taking 6 months off. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm not supposed to be working, or maybe it's a punishment for taking so much time off. But anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, Boston. Good morning. It is the next day. It is 9:12 a.m. I'm about to go downstairs because I have 15 minutes until breakfast is over. We get complimentary breakfast here at this hotel, so that's really nice. So I want to take advantage to get some food inside me and just get some energy, because I'm not sure if today's going to be another long day. Yesterday was a domino effect. Everything just kept getting, affected by the delays before. I'm afraid that that's going to happen today. I looked at the flights before our flight and they are delayed. Ours is on time, which is good, but still I want to prepare for it. But anyway, let's go get some breakfast. So the time to go home has finally come. I hope everything goes smoothly today. I just checked the flight and everything looks on time. And I just hope we don't have any delays getting out of Boston today. I know we're probably going to have to de-ice, and that's going to take some time, but I hope that is the most of delays that we see today. So we should be getting home around 4 p.m. and I cannot wait to go home. I miss my baby so much. I was so emotional while I was having breakfast just because I really wanted to be home with them today, but it's okay. We're going home now. One thing I forgot to mention is that because this 3-day turned into a 4-day, it essentially went into our day off. So the company has to give us this day off back. It's called the DOR. So I have to choose which day of the month I want to have this day off back. So it could be, the first day of a trip, the last day of a trip. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that for my next trip. And I'm going to see where I put it in my schedule so that it works out. So I forgot to mention that, but I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.